Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you, depending on where you are watching us from. I am Azuka Oji, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for more updates. Imo Guba, don't waste your money. You won't be re-elected. Primate Ayodele warns Uzodinma, don't waste your money, you won't be elected. I don't so much believe in some of these pastors, prophets. I listen to a few, but what I am very sure of is that in a free and fair election in Imo State, Hope Uzodinma won't even smell 5th place. The last time it was said he came forth because Supreme Court helped him become #1 with alleged Ekiti State results. Well, this time around, he can't smell #5. Going by his current deeds and how the Imo people sees him currently. You can try conduct opinion polls on the street and you will see for yourself. However, people like that knows how to manipulate their way to return. He certainly knows the people do not want him because he was imposed on them. And I'm even feeling he's not thinking a second term. But politicians are greedy. He can't afford not to try. If anything, the leader of Nri, Evangelical Spiritual Church, Primate Elijah Yadere, said on Saturday is anything to go by, then this current Supreme Court governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma, will not return after first term. Well, in his new series of 2022 prophecy, Primate Ayodele warned Uzodinma against bidding for the second term as a governor. Warning Uzodinma against wasting his money to campaign, the cleric said there will be a coalition that will fight and conquer Uzodinma in his bid to rule Imo State again. But the prophet should also realize Uzodinma is not going to use his own money to campaign for elections. Imo State government's money would be what he would use. So he's ready to gamble because he's not going to use his money to campaign. Now, the prophet also added that there will be troubles in the state. He said God was not involved in his declaration as governor. That's Uzodinma's declaration. At all. And he added that prophecy that ushered him in was just a political game and not from the heavenly throne. That prophet from Mbaka. And he said Governor Uzodinma is a Saul in the state. You know Saul in the Bible. So Mbaka was doing a political game. Meanwhile, the fashion with which Mbaka announced it at that time, I felt the priest who has been entertaining politicians was used by the same politicians to announce a move they already planned. Using Mbaka was a way to soften the acceptance before the people. However, Imo people did not buy the bad market. They only accepted him by force, and they are ready to spit the bitter mixture out of their mouth as soon as they have the opportunity. Again, in what the prophet said, he said in 2023, Governor Hope Uzodinma should not waste money for election. He said he will fail totally. He said, I see a coalition coming together to fight against him. He said, I don't see peace in the state. I see bloodbaths, killing, threat of lives in Imo State. I saw recent photos of meeting between Emeka Ihedioha and Uche Mosu. I saw another with Okorocha and Ihedioha. I've also seen headlines where some people are already wondering what such coming together coalition would look like. I'm just worried about the cost of removing Hope Uzodinma, as the prophet said. May God protect Imo people so that a silly, evil ambition of one man in attempt to force himself upon the people, upon them, will not lead to destruction of lives and properties. So Imo people, you got to fast and pray, because removing a dictator costs so much, especially in the kind of setting we have here. In Nigeria, anything goes. Free and fair elections are not conducted. So, having known what is involved, Imo State people should start praying. Remember, this channel has always wanted the best for Igbo people. Once you are Igbo, this channel has wanted the best for you. And we said it earlier, Imo State and Abia have been deprived of leadership. And we are praying Imo has a good leader with time. The leader, a lot of people are talking about Sam Mbakwe. And that is the kind of leader Imo needs. I'm not trying to say Anambra and Enugu are the best. They are average. But Imo has not gotten something like that. Just like Abia too has not gotten something like that. So that is what we are looking at for Imo State. Now on the next story, I love this particular political party and the other one. But an underperforming governor, an underperforming leader can make someone to look the other way. It is very normal. So based on what is happening in Abia State currently, some people are of the opinion that the PDP may lose Abia State in the next governorship election. And let's look at why. Abia State is one of the 5 states that make up Southeast region, which includes Anambra, Imo, Ebonyi, and Enugu. In terms of development, Abia is coming last. It's obvious that the state is an industrial area. That is quite true. But development, zero. Many people have criticized the government of Abia State for the state of the state. There are many things that are happening in Abia State that are not unique. The roads are totally bad. Go to Fox Road. It wasn't until 2 years ago that the road was fixed. But as of today, it has turned into a dustbin center. The citizens are using the highway to travel to Ariara International Market to drop off refugees, yes. As of today, the West is on fire. Some of the time they set it on fire. Who put it on fire? Since it's obvious that they are not sure it will be carried away. So they set it on fire. That is the way they do it. The reason was not far-fetched. The roads were broken beyond repair. From Okigwe Road Junction to Ariara International Market, it is like a mountain land with many holes and water flow. This is out of order. The airline market in Ariara that was destroyed for rehabilitation has not been restructured. Many other roads are not motorable, like Omoma Road, where houses were brought down because of plans to rebuild the road. The Port Harcourt Road is still a no-go area. Everyone living in Aba is complaining bitterly without hope. A few years back, the PDP was in charge of the government. I think up till now, they are still in charge. They were not showing any good example of the good leadership like in other places where the PDP is ruling, that's the ruling party in the Southeast. If this is not corrected, it may be hard for the party to win in the next governorship election. We want action now. We don't care your party. We care about who will work. So the PDP and Governor Okeze should put their house in order and ensure that the masses enjoy the dividends of democracy to avoid regrets in the next election, since nobody wants to be last. In a comedy show I watched some months ago, the comedian who knows Abia State very well cracked jokes saying Abia roads can trigger convulsions. Could you imagine using Abia roads for such illustrations? A woman in labor can deliver on her way to the hospital when the vehicle conveying her is going through Abia roads, when it jumps a pothole. This is how bad it is. Of course, people could love a political party, but switch because the party had always produced bad leaders for their state. Again, the government of Abia State should sit up. I don't really care if anyone loses election over there. My prayer is that Abia people and Imo State would soon test good leaders. I don't like what I see in that states. At least average leaders like the ones we have in Anambra, Enugu, and Ebonyi. Imo and Abia, like I said earlier, have been deprived of good leadership. And this is like a course that have been continuing. A lot of people are saying it is time for us to enjoy democracy. Military rule so much failed us. Some of the time, they give you leaders who are not from your state. An Hausa man could rule Anambra, just like they are doing with the police force now. But this time around, we are having people from our states, and we expect to see massive changes. So what is happening to Abia and Imo states? It is time the people, by themselves, say no. If this political party is refusing to bless you, and give you what is rightfully yours, time to tell the political party, get away. Meanwhile, I'll leave viewers to add your comment. Tell us what you think about the stories we share today. I'm Azuka Oja. I say bye for now.